Guys, we're going into Vinny versus ZEFA right now. Round 1 of the second quarterfinals games at the prelims day 2. Stoic and Thompson, take it away.
Those pre-bans are already locked in. Gianna and that Dak Robo finding themselves in the pre-ban already. Vinny very quick to lock in the Water Twin Angels.
Wow, he picked the light Ezio for a single snipe combo with ZEFA, trying to contest that first turn.
Wild.
ZEFA really needs a speed lead.
I can't believe that he has that unit here, but we've got Vinny also not giving up that turn 1. He's got double speed lead. He's got his Ethna. We know Ethna for taking turn 1, unless, of course, it's built on Violent. But let's see what happens with ZEFA, because he's looking at a Veladril, and he's looking at a Tian Lang, still not showcasing a speed lead yet.
Still no speed lead for ZEFA. Still has that Ian pick locked in. I'm really wondering how he's going to combo off that Ian. Maybe a Shizuka last pick. I'm really excited to see this Ian go to work.
Yeah, let's see it, because it's a very, very cool animations as well, because he has the Assassin's Creed version of this too. There's that Jognam coming back here, that Water Vocabulary, and it's going to be paired up with the Miles. We know Miles to be very, very fast. Let's see what happens, because we've got this draft wrapped up. ZEFA just took a Smicer.
Yeah, Vinny really got the Ian down, because he has a Miles to control the Ian, also Ethna to control the Ian. So let's just see how this match is going to pan out.
Well, that Ethna is going to get banned out. The Smicer is going to get banned out as well now. There's no speed leads here for ZEFA, but a 33 out here for Vinny. Is that 33 enough for him to take turn 1 and to stop this Ian for causing any chaos? Let's see what happens, guys. We have our first match with ZEFA and Vinny. Miles taking turn 1.
Will it stun the Ian? Ian built on Nemesis? Oh, he didn't go for the Ian.
Yeah, not going for Ian here. He's putting all of his attention directly into the Veladril. Now, it's not stunned up just yet, because we know there's a couple units out there that can stop this Veladril from taking turns there. But keep in mind that Puppets here, Zabala, has attack bar looking to go next to you.
Tian Liang was the strip stun on Oliver, and now Zhongnam with the AoE stun.
Yeah, that was a beautiful AoE stun here. I think this is going to be enough to drop that Ian. So Ian is going to be dropping here. We didn't get to see any cool Ian stuff happening right now, but there's your 3-turn immunity. There's your cleanse, an attack bar pushback, or push up. And looking for a defense break to land on that Miles. But you know what? Miles doesn't care. We get the stun directly onto the Veladril, and it looks like Veladril is going to get sent home soon.
Yeah, that Ian pick was really questionable from ZEFA. Just Ian and the Zavala.
A very early Ian pick, so I do believe it is right to say questionable indeed. The defense break is going to be laying on top of this Miles. We get a little bit more damage coming out there. Everybody's going to stay stunned up here. Can the Zabala and Tian Lang do it for ZEFA?
This Tian Liang is actually not doing Tian Liang things. It's actually making armor breaks, getting violent procs, and stripping and stunning as well. This Tian Liang is very special.
See if it is going to be enough here. We're going to see more skills to drop this Zabala. Zabala is the only form of sustain that ZEFA has for his team here. And we're not going to see any stuns there, so it is enough to drop that Miles. Miles is going to be down here, but we have Water Twin Angels. It's very, very consistent for what it does, except that stun. The stun doesn't seem to happen here. But Oliver, knowing there's no immune on the other side of the field, is going to do some wonderful things for Vinny.
Yeah, that's just Tian Liang doing normal Tian Liang things, just doing skill 2 and not stunning, not stripping. The skill's kind of inconsistent.
Yep, stun's going to be coming out for the Jognam. You're going to have Oliver pushing back the attack bar, and Vinny is going to be taking his very commanding win over ZEFA.
Is this the first win of Zhongnam of SWC Americas? I think it is.
Potentially, potentially.
Now going to the draft, I don't think ZEFA will be picking Ian again.
I don't know if I want to see an Ian get picked by ZEFA now, especially that early. I like the idea of bringing in high volatility, high damage. I think that's great, but we're going to get a change of pace here. That Zabala is going to catch a pre-ban, and so is Ethna, with ZEFA taking first pick.
Even if Vinny decides to go turn 2, nowadays it's really hard for a high volatility unit like Ian to actually one-shot like a Ragdoll or Gapsu.
Well, hopefully maybe we'll be able to see it down the road here, but we're getting Water Twin Angels. It's going to swap fields here. ZEFA's going to first pick that unit. Vinny, very quick to lay down some meta units. We've got that Cigar, we got that Veladril being drafted. ZEFA's taking the Gianna. Are we going to see a Gianna Ciara draft here potentially from ZEFA?
Now ZEFA's starting to play like ladder ZEFA. Great picks from ZEFA coming with Gianna and the Smicer. Vinny can now try to roll with Veramos or something just to counter the Smicer, just to know that he's not going to. He could potentially let the Smicer through.
Well, we're going full meta right now for Vinny. He lays down that Chandra. The trio is going to be drafted by Vinny. Let's see how Vinny's going to be taking it and what he's going to be drafting here. It is going to be a Hagang. Hagang's going to come out here for Vinny.
Hagang is nice, but I also prefer like a kind of more Tetra or Veramos type of pick, because he could also pick Tetra or Veramos again on the last slot as well.
What's going to happen. So after seeing Chandra and Hagang, ZEFA, he has a Nikki. Now, we saw the Nikki last year showcasing a lot of damage from that third skill. So we'll see if it's going to be showcasing that same amount of damage. And a Miles. This is going to be wrapping up ZEFA's draft. And Vinny looking to respond after seeing a lot of damage on the back end here of ZEFA's draft.
Yeah, ZEFA's draft pretty well-rounded. Most of his units strip other than Nikki, and brings up, also has a lot of damage. Really interesting to see what Vinny's going to pick. He's deciding to pick the Sonya, so he could one-shot the Gianna. Most Giannas are built on, a lot of Giannas might be built on high HP, so this Sonya, we could see, might be actually led through.
Yeah, let's see what happens here, because we do know Sonya, if it's last picked, usually it's kind of in that ban territory already as a unit that can really take care of some a lot of units. But it looks like the Water Twin Angels and Chandra, both 24 speed leads, are going to be catching the ban, so it's defense leads for both players as we get into our second match with ZEFA versus Vinny.
I really want to see who he goes for, either the Smicer, Shield Runes, either the Smicer or the Gianna.
Wow, holy, those additional turns from Miles are absolutely insane. The kind of damage this unit's able to produce is insane. But you know what? Sonya stays alive, gets the one-shot on Gianna.
Yeah, I thought the Shield Runes will come in handy, but actually the Shield Runes didn't protect Gianna at all.
Oh, man. Well, there's that provoke goes out there, landing on top of Smicer. Doesn't want to see any bombs coming from ZEFA here, so a little bit of poke damage go on. And no despair stuns happening just yet to this Nikki here, but we're looking at a defense break from this Veladril. Does get that defense break here. Another additional turn coming from Miles.
Yeah, at the end, it's just a trade for a 1-for-1. But if you could trade 1-for-1 for Gianna, you would take the win. Good job.
Yeah, I agree. Removing a Gianna from the field sounds pretty important here. A little bit more damage coming through the defense broken Nikki. He doesn't want to have this unit here get a cleanse off.
Yeah, once Nikki gets a turn, I think he chose to reset the Smicer, or did he chose to reset the Nikki?
I believe he chose to reset the Smicer. We didn't see any bombs coming out from that unit here. But we're getting so many additional turns coming from Miles. Maybe it's a bomb in store for this Cigar, so let's see what happens with Smicer. But it looks like the bomb's going to be coming out, landing on top of this Hagang. No additional turn coming out of Nikki. No defense break's going to be landing on Nikki either. Cigar is, oh my god, going to be dropping to this Miles, who just can't stop proccing.
Best Miles in the world, this Miles.
Man, ZEFA's living in proc city right now because there's a lot of violent procs happening for both his units. We've got the Smicer procking. We've got the Nikki procking. Miles doesn't know when to quit, and just this is heavily swayed due to lots of violent procs coming from ZEFA, but he's gonna get that round 2 victory.
Yeah, but to defend ZEFA a little bit, all his units are built on violence, so everyone's gonna have a little bit of chance just to violent proc.
Yep, for sure, for sure. The last pre-bans from our last match, they are going to be available as we get into round. And number 3 here, Zabala and Ethna, free to draft. New pre-bans coming in right now.
Yeah, don't worry, we will not be seeing that Gianna. Oh, it's the Tianliang that got pre-banned.
Wow, Tian Lang's going to get the ban, and we're going to get that Dark Robo once again getting banned out by ZEFA.
Yeah, good Dark Robo ban. Vinny's been using Dark Robo a lot in ladder as well, so...
Well, there's the prio pick right now in the 33 speed lead. Oliver getting drafted. ZEFA's going to be taking, some high priority units. Going to be the Water Twin Angels with Cigar as well as Wind and Bison. Vinny is demanding that turn 1. He's going with a Sekhmet paired up with that 33 speed lead with a Jognam coming back to his draft.
Yeah, Vinny playing that off-meta stuff against Chandra, the Water Twin Angel, Cigar, and Bella. Interesting to see. I'm kind of rooting for Vinny right now because he's trying to counter the Cigar-Bella combination.
Yeah, we really like it when people are trying to play some creative stuff, seeing that Jognam come into draft here. Gianna's going to be drafted by ZEFA. Vinny was very quick to respond with Ethna in the 24 speed lead Chiwu.
Well, for sure, Vinny's going to need another speed lead, another speed stripper, and another fast unit to stop ZEFA. Diana will probably be banned out.
Yeah, Diana was quite interesting. I wasn't actually expecting to see a Diana come out from ZEFA, but I think you are correct. There's a lot of things in there that's going to be pushing Diana's attack bar, and it's going to be very tough for Vinny to get rid of it. But you know what? He saw the Twin Angels to be a high threat. Chibu's going to catch that ban. 33 speed leads coming up for Vinny. This is going to be a very interesting match here as we get into round number 3 with ZEFA versus Vinny.
I can't wait to see what the Diana's going to do this game.
Ooh,
No,
on the stun. Yeah, massive resistance from Gianna, but of course we've got third skill available with the Sekhmet. Sekhmet looking to reset that Veligil, does land that reset.
Yeah, almost 50% for the Gianna to take a 100% chance to stun. Just barely.
Let's see if he goes with some shields here to protect his team, because we do know a lot of stuns, a lot of resets are coming out here, because we know when you don't have the immunity, Oliver tends to do whatever he wants here. So keep in mind, Veligil does not have skills available.
He gets cut. He couldn't transform. Oh no. Oh no.
Ooh, that is devastating. He's able to reduce the attack bar of that Diana. So Diana, we know in this form, is going to be very susceptible to lots of damage here. So let's see what happens, because Ethna looks like it's almost out of this match here, but watch for this Diana.
Yeah, I think slight miscalculation. He risked it, but didn't get paid off with the Diana transformation.
Ooh, nice additional turn there coming out from Oliver, making up for lost time here in round number 3. Looking to reduce the attack bar of the Gianna, does get that. We could be hitting that Diana too. Diana's almost out of the match right now. A little bit of poke damage, going to be finishing off this unit. Does he go for a skill 3 to keep reset of this Veligil?
Yeah, that's he needs to reset the Veligil for insurance policy, and now the Ethna is just opening up. That Oliver really put in a lot of work, and also Diana didn't really about the ban.
Yeah, not enough at all, because Vinny's going to be finishing off the rest of those units and getting a round 3 victory over ZEFA.
Great plays overall. Way to control and weave around the Diana.
You know, Thompson, I feel like I jinxed it. I was calling ZEFA consistent, and then he went and first picked an Ian that we were not super happy about, and now we had that match right there, which was quite interesting. So hopefully I'm not putting a curse on him, but we have our free bans from last time. We've got the Tian Lang now available and the Dak Robo.
Yeah, no, you didn't jinx it. You actually told ZEFA to shield with Diana, but he transformed instead. So you're right about the Diana transformation.
Oh, man. Well, pre-bans locked in. Gianna and Ethna, they are in the pre-ban. ZEFA with the first pick, for the love of God, not in Ian.
Surprisingly, ZEFA went with the ban on Ethna because Vinny already showed that he had Sekhmet and also a Sonya in the back pocket, challenging speed. Let's just see why ZEFA banned Ethna. Also, ZEFA has the Tian Liang this game, so I don't know. I don't see why he would pre-ban the Ethna. Let's see what ZEFA does. What's the reason behind
Water Twin Angel
pre-banning that?
coming out for ZEFA. Vinny with the Chandra and the Veligil. We're going back to some very consistent meta picks right now. We have Saga coming out, or Wind and Bison coming out for ZEFA, and one other pick. It can't be that Gianna. Gianna is in the pre-ban.
Yeah, ZEFA kind of uncertain. He slammed the Song Jun Lao. Recently just got a buff, so just see how he does. His stun and armor break is a lot more consistent. He also gets a strip on the second skill. Good follow up. It's a good unit to go before Bison.
I feel like, yeah. I want to call ZEFA super clean and consistent, and I do enjoy him like bringing out some nice, interesting picks here, because you don't get to see a lot of Dak Monkey King, and you know he's been showcasing a lot of different stuff here, which is really fun to see. I don't know how I feel about this Dak Monkey King at the moment, but we're gonna see a Juno and we're gonna see a Ragdoll being drafted by Vinny.
Vinny's trying to take that second turn with the Juno and Ragdoll. Ragdoll providing that crit, counter, but I don't know. I don't see much crit from ZEFA's side. Maybe he's just hoping the Water Twin Angel doesn't crit within the 4 hits.
See what the last pick's going to be. That Tian Lang is coming back into the draft. The consistent Miles. We know what Miles can do. We've seen it in the past, and I think ZEFA's looking to get a nice repeat match, hoping for Miles to kind of carry as we get into round number 4 here. Now, Vinny is at match point right now, and he's laying down a Leo, signaling he's probably letting that Miles through.
Yeah, the Leo's got to go, and the Tian Liang's got to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of attack bar gain on the side of Vinny. Actually, all 4 units have a way to gain attack bar, which just means more turns for this Tian Lang. So let's see what the bans are going to be.
I'm hoping when the match starts, every unit that ZEFA has could strip. If everything works out right, they'll leave a great path for Wind Bison.
Wow, so Leo's catching a ban, and I feel like Vinny's having a little PTSD, and he doesn't want to see that Miles go through into this match, but Tian Lang is going to be a very big problem for Vinny, so let's see what happens, because Vinny is at match point.
Tian Liang is going to be very threatening indeed because of the Ragdoll, Juno, and also Belladril.
Sure, the Hug's going to go out onto that Village Rule. Here comes that 3rd skill. Getting the Despair stun on top, and slow on top of the Tian Lang. That's really, really great. Very fortunate there for Vinny.
That's why Vinny didn't ban those.
Exactly, he knew that was going to be happening, getting those stuns there to keep that Panda back, but big 2nd skill is going to come out onto the Juno. Juno handled it pretty well here. We're going to see a lot of damage and a lot of focus go into this Tian Lang because Vinny does not want to have to deal with this unit.
Great patience with ZEFA, knowing that he will laugh. Shows not to do 3rd skill. Coming in
for sure.
Psycho Crusher, go for the armor break and provoke. Tian Liang coming in. Tian Liang was the violent prog, meaning that he has skill 2 coming up on him.
Oof, we're not going to see that just yet. I think Tian Lang is going to be dropping here, and it does drop. We have skills available for the Water Twin Angels, but it's looking very, very great for Vinny right now, and very grave for ZEFA at the moment.
Yeah, ZEFA really playing on the back foot. Love how he brought in the Dark Monkey, but the Dark Monkey doesn't do too well into the Juno if he doesn't bring too much damage along with the Dark Monkey to follow up after the 3rd skill's armor break and stuff.
Yep, no defense break's going to be landing on this Dark Monkey King. I think ZEFA really needs the Dark Monkey King to start popping off here. Maybe even the Water Twin Angels to try to find something consistent, something to help ZEFA find some sort of avenue for victory right now. But I do think Vinny's sitting pretty right now with the units that he has on the field. He's got a lot of attack bar gain and doesn't have to worry about that pesky Panda anymore.
Yeah, another note is that Dark Monkey was built on crit rate. So he was just really banking on Tian Liang staying on the field, absorbing attack bar that Ragdoll provides. But unfortunately, Vinny really finished off the Tian Liang way too fast.
Yep, he definitely did. No defense break's going to be landing on top of this Cigar. But we are looking at match point right now for Vinny. He drops that Cigar here, and it is but a lonely pair of Twin Angels here, and it's just taking the full onslaught of Vinny.
Yeah, looking at the Juno dealing 2.2k per skill per take is just incredible. You're not going to see the Water Twin Angel come back from.
Woo! And there you have it. Vinny getting his 3rd win there in round 4.